Welcome back to video number 4. To recap the last couple of videos, we've been making a Glade Gui and we've been implementing it in Python. The last video, video number 3, we decided to clean up the code a little bit before we moved on. We did that by adding some constants here, which they never change, and we also split it out our GUI creation and creation of the logging. In this video, we're just going to look at something that Eric spoke about on his last video, and that was a combo box in Glade. He wanted to set the wrap width to 1. The problem is it doesn't have that attribute in Glade here. So what we need to do is interact with it directly. And to do that, we need to know the ID. Just the same as this window, if you remember the window, we needed to know the ID to interact with it. And then we assign it to a variable, and from there we use the variable to do whatever we need to do with it. So we're going to do the same thing we did with the window with this combo box here. So we're going to take the ID, I'm going to copy that. We are going to put it, where can we put it? We're going to put it in the setup GUI part because it's actually just an attribute for the combo box, so he doesn't get blank spaces on there. So we are going to put it just below here before we show the window, and we're going to call it combo box, capitals, combo box. Just put that name there, and we're going to do, like I said, exactly the same thing by getting the object as we did for the window. Save that. So now once we have that object in our variable called combo box, now we can do set wrap width to 1. Save that. I'll just hit the format document, and that's all there is to it. Now we've let's test it. We come in here, we do Python main. What do we got here? Handler, blah blah blah. That's a handler name. Extract the handler. Line 85. No, that's not that. Okay. The issue here is I haven't saved this, so let's clear that, and now it's working. And you see there's no spaces here or there, so the wrap width 1 has actually worked here. You probably wouldn't notice it anyway unless you had a lot of items in this combo box, but you see there's no error, so you've successfully put that attribute on it. So the next thing, I'll just bring back up Glade, was the file name, selecting a file, and in Eric's video he was using that file name to install custom packages, but he needed the full file path and the name. I think he had an entry box here and a button and then another button. You don't need any of that. All you need to do to make it easier is pick this one, Gtk FileChooserButton. So put it there just like any other button. Oh, I clicked on that so it come up. I've got to move it to where I want it. Doesn't need an ID because we don't have to interact with it, or the way we interact with it is by using the widget variable when we define a function. I'll show you that in a second. I'll make this a bit bigger. Just going to move this, I don't know, somewhere here. Let's see what that looks like. So there's no coding, I haven't done nothing. I've just added the button here and put it in place there. Now when I click this button, I can open up that, open, and I get the file name here. What we want to do is in our code get that file name and the full path. and this is how we're going to do it. So we'll just save that. We need to go over to signals on this one, file set. So on file set we need to define a procedural function. We're going to call it on. It's suggesting this, but we're just going to call it file set and save. So all we've done is added this button, and on the signals we've set on file set, and we've just adjusted it where we want it on the form. So we come back here now over to our click events and our change CB ISO change, and we're going to add a new one. Define on file set, and it's going to be self, and we're going to pass the widget. It's basically the handle to the widget. And so we can write here now file path as a variable equals widget. So now we're referencing the widget of that button that we talked about in Glade. So now we're referencing this. Notice how we don't need the ID because we're referencing it using widget. We can get what can we get? We can get file name. I think that's what it is, or file path, file name. So if we go, if now we're just going to do a check to make sure we got something in there. File path is not none, and we're just going to use login for now. Login.info custom file name is, and then we'll put the string there, and then we'll use file path. So basically what we've done is on file set, the same as what we have in the signals. So when this is activated, and it's not going to get activated until we actually choose a file with this button. Once that gets activated, it will come here, and what we're going to say is set a variable called file path. We're going to use a widget, which is a handle to that button, and get its attribute called get file name, or a function within it called get file name. We're going to check file path, now that's in the file path, that it's nothing, that it's not nothing, that there is actually something in there, and if there is something in there, we're going to just print it out on console there, and in our logging, which we discussed before, goes to the logging file and the console. So if everything's right and I save everything, we'll just save that. So now we have everything working there. We open up this, and there is our file path: home, drunken alcoholic projects, Eric's, blah blah blah, Glade, main, Python, which is actually this file here. And you can see it written there. I think that's the best and easiest way to do it. You can do it again, pick another one. Now it's changed to that Glade file, and the Glade file is there. No need for the entry, no need for the two buttons, only this one button. And then from there, he would use that variable here that now contains a new file path and the file name in his script. I think I'm going to leave it there for now. Tune in next time and we'll continue with this and add a few more things, or if we see something that needs to be removed or added or fixed up, we'll try and work at that. Thanks for watching.